Now we are continuing with our gun diode. So in the part 1 lecture of the gun diode, we have seen about what is a gun diode. Okay, the construction of a gun diode, the working principle of gun diode. Obviously it was working in a negative resistance region. We have seen about the characteristic curves of gun diode, that is namely the JE characteristics, that is the current density with the applied electric field, and also about the drift velocity and the electric field characteristics. And we have seen about the theory of the gun diode, that is the RWH theory, about the differential negative resistance and about the two-valley model theory of a gun diode. So these are the things which we have already studied in the part 1 lecture. So in the part 2 lecture, what is included is that we are going to study about the domain formation in the gun diode. And also we will see about the different types of modes in gun diode, and also about the possible problems which could be asked in gun diode. So these are the things which we will be discussing in this particular lecture. Now we will see about a high field domain formation in the gun diode. So when we are talking about this domain formation, in the first lecture we have already seen, that is relating to our negative resistance characteristic. When it is a voltage controlled mode, a high field domain will be formed separating the low field domains. You have already seen in the first lecture. Okay, and we have already seen about the characteristics, that is the drift velocity versus electric field characteristics. So what did we observe there? Prior to the application of our threshold voltage, our drift velocity, it was what? It was increasing with our electric field. Okay, so when the negative resistance region rises, that is when the decrease in drift velocity with the increasing electric field occurs, that time only it will lead to the formation of a high field domain, which is used for microwave generation and amplification. So until the application of the threshold voltage, we are having an increase in velocity with increasing electric field. Once the negative resistance part arises, okay, that time only we will be having what? A decreasing in drift velocity with increasing electric field. So a high domain will be formed, which is used for our microwave generation and amplification. And when I am speaking of high field domain, remember that this high field domain, it is forming in the active layer of the gun diode. Okay, the end two layers, they are used for providing the biasing. In the active layer only we are having the domain formation. Okay, so we also consider a n-type gallium arsenide diode. Remember, their electrons are the majority carriers. Okay, so again an expression is written. This expression is applicable only prior to the application of the threshold electric field. That is, initially what is the conduction current density. So when we are applying, say, a bias voltage across the diode terminals, an electric field is established across the gallium arsenide. So the current density J can be given as sigma into Ex, where sigma is the conductivity and Ex is the electric field in the X direction. So we are considering the electric field is being applied here in the X direction. So this can be modified as sigma V by L into Ux, where this Ux is actually a unit vector. That is unit vector in the direction of X. With this expression, that is a current density J, can also be written in terms of the charge density rho as J is equal to rho into Vx into Ux, where V is the drift velocity here in the X direction. So this is a general equation which is applicable prior to the threshold electric field. So this is a condition which is initially existing, that is before the threshold electric field is applied in our specimen gallium arsenide and it is entering a high field domain region. So when we are considering here a gallium arsenide sample, a n-type gallium arsenide sample, as I told, in the active layer we will be having a domain formation. So here we are discussing about the formation of a electron dipole and the accumulation in a gallium arsenide sample. So what we are going to do, we are going to increase our electric field above the threshold. So above the threshold, when we are increasing a electric field, it is a voltage control mode. So a high field domain is formed separating the low field domain. And remember how it is getting formed. It is going to form high field domains first of all initially near the cathode. Okay, and then it gets shifted to the anode. Remember here these two layers, they are used for providing a biasing. So here we are having say a cathode metallization and here we have anode metallization. So high field domain will be formed separating the low fields. So a gun device is biased in such a way that the field inside the device exceeds the threshold voltage. Now, when the device goes into negative resistance mode, the operation of the device is described in terms of formation of a dipole domain. And what do you mean by dipole here? It is not actually what a combination of electrons and holes. We are having here only n-type gallium arsenide. So in this case, a dipole means a region of electron concentration and depletion. Okay, so these high field domains, they are formed near cathode. So from the cathode only it is going to reach the anode, and when we are applying a voltage, very high range of this electric field, that is exceeding say 2000, 3000 etc. volt per centimeter, a very high field domain is formed in the active layer of the gun device and it is forming near the cathode and it has to get shifted to the anode. So these domains will be shifting from the cathode to the anode. So that is what is shown in this particular figure. Okay, so when can you say one domain is completed? When it is reaching from the cathode to the anode. So the transport here of the domain is shown in this figure for understanding. So remember, when the applied voltage is above the threshold value, that is 2000 to 3000 range, what is happening according to our RWH theory? We are getting a transferred electron device here. That is, electrons are transferring from a lower valley to higher valley. So the mobility is getting decreased. That is, from a high mobility lower valley, it is going to a low mobility upper valley in conduction band. So therefore the electron velocity is going to decrease, thereby causing the electrons to slow down. So such slow down electrons, they are going to form a bunch together and form a very high field domain near the cathode. And these high field domains which is going to form near the cathode, slowly they will get transferred to the anode, and in such a way one domain is being completed. And remember here, as you transfer these domains, say from the cathode to the anode, we will get at the output one current pulse. Okay, so this period of the pulses which is so formed will be equal to the transit time in the device. So that is what is written here. Now a dipole domain is getting formed in the active layer and these two ends are used for biasing. Now this dipole, we know it is a region of electron concentration and electron depletion, and we know in this region electrons are getting transferred from the lower valley to upper valley. So it is a region of the high mobility to low mobility. Okay, so the accumulation of changes take place. It causes a localized enhancement of electric field. That is, around this dipole domain, we are having a high field domain. So there the electric field is very high when you are comparing with the other region in the specimen. Okay, so the dipole domain formation is shown here, and we are having high mobility states on one side and a low mobility state on the other side. So this dipole domain sweep across the device, and a new domain can be formed only when the dipole domain is collected at the anode, because the formation of dipole domain is accompanied with the high field domain around it. So once this dipole is being collected from the cathode to anode, then only a new domain can be formed. So when we are increasing our electric field above threshold, first of all one dipole region will be formed. So when it is collected at the anode, we get a current pulse at the output, and again when we increase the electric field above the threshold, another dipole domain is being formed, and this process is repeated. Okay, and when the applied bias is constant, the concentration of the field takes place near to this domain, the field in the rest of the sample goes below the threshold value, and therefore it prevents the formation of another dipole domain in another location. So we have already seen the basic principle. So this is a voltage control mode. We are having a very high field domain separating the low field domain region. So once this region reaches the anode only, again another domain can be formed. Since the regions other than this dipole region is having a lower electric field, that is, it is below the threshold. So it prevents the formation of another domain. So we are considering here the formation of an electron dipole layer in gallium arsenide, an excess of electron region and a low electron region we consider as a dipole in the active layer of the gun device. And when we are considering the profile, how it will be, this is a profile for the electron density with respect to the distance of this total specimen. So we can see that we are having a dipole formation, a region of electron high concentration and electron depletion, and this distance here is given to be small d, and here is a variation of the electric field with respect to the distance of the specimen, that is the length, whole length L when we are considering. In the profile you can see which region the domain is being formed. We consider here a particular region, there only you are going to get a high electric field. Whereas the electric field in the remaining of the sample, it is not going to change, it is uniform. And at the region of domain formation, we are having a very high electric field domain. That is what is shown here. And how will be the velocity profile? The velocity profile overall, it will be a decreasing as it is moving here, say from the high mobility region to the low mobility region. So this dipole, I told you, in one region we will be having a very high mobility and the electrons are getting transferred to the higher upper valley where the mobility is very less. So finally the velocity should actually decrease with respect to the distance of L. And in this particular region you can see, as seen by the solid curve only, the velocity is getting decreased rapidly. That is during this domain formation region, because the actual transferring takes place, and you can see there is a significant decrease in the velocity of the electrons as represented by this solid line. So overall the velocity, electron velocity as you move along the specimen is going to decrease, and in this distance of the dipole domain formation you can see there is a sharp decrease. So we can consider this mechanism of the formation of dipole domain as it is moving, say from the cathode to anode, it is self-repeating. So once a dipole domain is collected at the anode, again we will be having another dipole domain formed and it is self-repeating, and then we get a continuous oscillation with the time period same as that of the transit time through the device, that is the electron transit time through the device. So each and every domain is going to result in a pulse of current at the output, and the time taken by the dipole domain to travel from the cathode to anode, that is the transit time of the device. And how will be the frequency of the oscillation? Fundamental frequency in megahertz is given by Vd by L, where Vd is the drift velocity and capital L, as we have seen, it is a device length in micrometer. That is here the specimen length of our gallium arsenide. And the width of the domain which is being formed, it will be inversely proportional to the doping level in the sample. Okay, and you have to also remember that the concentration into the length product, that is a product N naught into L, along with the frequency of operation is going to determine the modes of operation in the device. So now we have seen about a gun diode, the high field domain formation inside a gun diode. So depending upon these factors, that is a frequency of operation and the product of the concentration and the length of the specimen, is going to determine about the mode of operation of the device. So these points are to be remembered when you are learning about the dipole domain formation in the gallium arsenide. So next we will see about the modes of operation in the gun device.